James Thomas, it's another week of movies. I didn't get a chance to see it. I will see it later on this week. Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. Tony got a chance to see it. Tell us about it, Tony.
All right, so I know nothing about the comedy duo of Matt and Jay, and so it basically follows them. They have their own mission where they're trying to book a venue there in Toronto, and they've got to go out of their way to find out, make this crazy entrance to get there. However, along the way, they make a time machine, and they really find themselves in a different era, will you say? But it's a very funny, hilarious, clever, timely film that it's about friendship. But what I love the most about it is it really shows a reflection on society and not really how far we've come, but just where we've come from to this time. Because they transport to 2008, there's a lot of references that people like, but this thing is bursting at the seams with originality. It is just so smartly made. It's very funny. I knew nothing I said about this comedy duo, troupe, whatever you want to call them, but it's impossible not to be entertained. I really hope people go see this. I know it was the mystery movie that played this week, but it's a 4 out of 5 for me. It is very, very funny.
Oh, here we go. Okay, we're going to talk about a couple of other movies that are out there. One of them being Wuthering Heights, which is going to be a great movie for Valentine's Day. It stars Jacob Elordi. Of course, you didn't recognize him because he played in Frankenstein. That was pretty good. Margot Robbie's in it, Allison Oliver, Ewan Mitchell. Wuthering Heights. How many times have they done this movie? How many times? Tragedy starts when Heathcliff falls in love with Catherine Earnshaw, a woman from a wealthy family in 18th century England. Wow, that sounds like Tony and his wife. Well, moving right along, keep going with this. We got another movie getting ready to come out, an animated feature called Goat. Have you seen Goat?
Mm-mm. They did show it to us.
Have you seen it?
I've not.
Ah, you have not. Well, Goldust, a small goat named Will, gets a once in a lifetime shot to join the pros and play Roarball, a highly intensity, full contact sport that dominated by the fastest, fiercest animals in the world. Sounds like Congress. Ridiculed by his teammates, Will becomes determined to revolutionize the sport that's small can ball. And speaking of small can ball, it's got Caleb McLaughlin as Will Harris. Stephen Curry's in there. Aaron Perry, David Harbour, we all know who he is. Jelly Roll, he's also in it. Man, we got a lot of movies coming out this week. Another movie getting ready to come out is what? Good luck. Have
Have
fun.
fun.
Don't die. I'm going to let you talk about that.
So, all right, time travel must be the theme of this weekend because we got another one for you. But this really just it's a very funny, timely reflection of society in a way that Nirvana isn't. It shows you our dependence on electronics, on media, on AI as well, and it's just a metaphorical blast. It's crazy, over the top, makes no sense at times, but at the end of the day, Sam Rockwell is completely unhinged. He's hilarious. There's some impressive visuals. I mean, it's got a great cast, a lot of underused people along the way. But I mean, Sam Rockwell, he's just one of a kind.
He is definitely one of a kind. All right, our next movie and our last movie is Crime 101. I'm going to talk about this. A Los Angeles detective pursues an elusive thief who teams up with an insurance broker for one last heist. And it's always on Highway 101 in Los Angeles. I got to be honest with you. This was kind of slow for me, Tony. I don't know what to say. I took a snooze or two during this movie because it just wasn't enough action for me. And kind of as they were building up to that final scene, I kept saying to myself, somebody's going to die. We already know that. Somebody's going to get killed. We just don't know who. And bing, here we go. Uh, it was just kind of slow. I mean, Chris Hemsworth, he was good in Halle Berry. Mark Ruffalo, he was definitely good into it. And I live Barry Keegan, he was great as the bad guy on the motorcycle. I liked it, but it was still slow.
100%. I mean, it's an okay film. It is very overbloated. It is about 20 to 30 minutes way too long. There are a lot of establishing shots and slow moving sequences that really are unnecessary. There are some very good thrills along the way. There's some couple cool car chases, a few tension building moments, but it really just felt like a film with an identity crisis. It didn't know what it wanted to be. At times it was trying to be, a gritty crime thriller. At times it was trying to be lighthearted and give them a personality, but it really was confused. And to throw in Nick Nolte there, It felt like somebody, this director loved those 80s action, cop dramas, if you will. And it just felt like an ode to that, but it pays homage to a lot of films instead that it just felt borrowed and it just was missing something. I'm sure that people will watch it when it hits, Prime Video. I just don't see it getting much of a box office because, like I said, it's slow, it takes a long time to develop, and it just kind of lingers.
All right, let's talk about Nirvana. What would you give Nirvana?
I go 4 to 5 for Nirvana. I thought it was very funny. I hope people go check it out. They will be pleasantly surprised.
All right, let's talk about Good Luck, Have Fun, Don't Die. What would you give that?
That's another 4 to 5. I really enjoyed that film. I saw it like about a month ago at this point. I hope people see this one too. Sam Rockwell is just one of a kind.
And I would agree with you on too. Sam Rockwell is definitely one of a kind. It was a great movie about AI and where we are at today with our heads in our phones. I also give it 4 out of 5. Now, Crime 101, I may give that a 3, maybe a 2.5 and a 3. Don't see it on the big screen. Wait till it comes on Amazon. Tony?
Same. It's an okay movie. It's not bad. There are a couple moments that are genuinely thrilling. They're too few and far between, and I found it to be really anticlimactic as well at the end there. It's just okay. I wish it was better, but I'll say a 3.
3. There you have it, folks. That's what's going to happen on the weekend. I hope you really enjoyed the halftime show during the Super Bowl. It was great. Actually, it was classy, and it seemed like it was very diverse, and it seemed to unify us. It really did to me. Have a great weekend, Tony. You have a great weekend. We'll see you next week, folks.